back, you guys. We are here. It is the Bucket of Chalk Stage 4. We are about to get going.
Take a look there. They're going to be climbing up this rope to start things off. They get a point for clearing the rope. After that, they have 1 point they can get for every 5 carabiners for the males and 1 point for every 2 carabiners for the females. Feet are allowed on the rope, but you are not allowed to hook your feet onto the chain. No progress is made within 15 seconds. Athletes have to drop. And they play it as it lies based on how those carabiners are. If you start shaking that chain a lot, sometimes those carabiners might get off angle or might get askew with those cannonball hooks that they will have. They'll have the cannonball hooks attached to them with some safety lines. You can see the carabiners right there. And that red tape mark is going to be visual for that 5 mark for the males. Ladies only have to get 2 before they acquire a point. So as high as they can go in that 6-minute time limit. Our first competitor is getting harnessed up right now. The first one going to be coming up soon.
Yeah, really excited here, guys. You can see in the Colorado skyline, the crane towering above ninja intensity. Going to be a lot of fun here. Yesterday we had water slides. Today we've got cranes. I don't even know what they're going to do next year, Strat.
Slides, cranes, planes, and automobiles. I don't know. They are getting really advanced.
Yeah,
added fire,
a lot
water.
of fun here.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun to see. Got traffic in the background. I bet you everybody watching, somebody might pull over on the side of the road to watch all this happen. Who knows? This is gonna be pretty cool to see. Looks like Megan Rowe is gonna be our first competitor climbing up the axe throwing ninja. Got the shades on. Almost ready to go. 4:30 coming up quick.
Megan Rowe just getting a little bit of explanation here.
Got the belay right there to the left to make sure that they pull them up. Taking the slack out, but not assisting them with the climb. You got to make sure you are the one that is pulling your way up to victory. That safety line's there to prevent folks from just plummeting from the heights that they can achieve. You can see all the people out here on the sidelines watching, waiting for things to get started.
So the athletes will climb the rope, they will ascend the rope, and then they will get to a section where they will have to utilize cannonballs and carabiners to hook in on the chain here. So going to be difficult. Just a little safety note here, guys. The cannonballs are tethered to the athlete's waist. Okay, so there's no risk of a cannonball falling and hitting somebody. I don't know if you'll be able to see that tether or not, but we are taking every precaution to keep everyone safe out here.
Looks like she is lining up.
Also a 6-minute time limit. Okay, so you can be up there as long as you want for 6 minutes to try to get to the top. If you need to shake out, if you need to rest, you have got 6 minutes to try to beat this absolute beast. And so we'll see if anybody employs any interesting rest strategies here, Strat.
Again, the only thing that will prevent them from making it all the way up in that 6-minute time limit is forward progression must be made within 15 seconds or else they'll be asked to drop. Looks like her hands are at the ready. Megan Rowe standing by. There's the fire. That's going to be her cue to start climbing the rope here. Using that J-hook technique, it's going to be hard to wrap her legs entirely around. Pinching that rope gets the clear for the first portion. And here we go.
Reaching those cannonballs.
Going to utilize her legs as much as she can, but once she's on these D-links, she cannot use her legs on the chain. So she's going to utilize that as much as possible here. Let's see how much we can go with.
She's getting a little hung up here.
Tangled up on the safety line. And looks like they're allowed to pinch, but not a full-on wrap because there are weights down there. Megan climbing up as much as she can. Trying to hook and unhook.
This is going to be so difficult no matter what here, Strat.
Ooh, man, she's got a nice. I like her approach with the feet, utilizing those legs as much as she can to save that energy. The higher she goes, the more nerve-wracking it's got to be. She's getting points every 2 carabiners. And 15 seconds is going to be a tough time to keep that forward motion. Oh, trying to make sure those legs are in the right position. Really pulling hard. Once she locks one in, she has to really engage that lower cannonball to pull and make that forward progression. Come on, hook it in that D-link. Keep on climbing. Pinching tight here. I believe there's around 45 D-links in total. There's a lot of moves. And she's just trying to climb up as high as she can, pinching with her legs, pinching with her toes. Trying to keep going. They're going to start getting further apart potentially. Just looking for. Oh, nice. Putting 2 on 1 D-link to get a little higher. Smart move there.
Oh,
can't.
drops
Oh,
there a little bit.
It's on the string. It's 15 seconds or else.
This is exactly why. This is exactly
Need to
why
have those things
we had
hooked.
that safety tether. These athletes are going to be burning right here.
2 minutes on the rope already and still making big progressions. Come on, Megan. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Oh, opens up.
There
And
she goes.
Wow, impressive.
She just has to grab the cannonballs, I think, but
I think she needs to get hoisted up a little bit to
grab that cannonball.
And unhook it for the next competitor.
Man, overall, though, just a really great showing for our first competitor, Megan Rowe. Yeah, this is going to be real tough, Strat.
Nice job, Megan. First one. Ooh, that harness probably digging into those shoulders. Getting lowered down. Getting the rope out of the way. Nice job, Megan. Got 12 points in 2 minutes and 13 seconds, .66. So that's what the other competitors will have to try to beat to see how fast they can do that or progress beyond that. Next competitor is going to be Melissa Anderson. In the remaining run order for the ladies, we've got Taylor Green, Bella Palmer, and then Ava Colasanti will round things out for the women. And then we'll start the gentlemen.
Well, I know for a fact that Melissa Anderson was testing this year for American Ninja Warrior, and she was one of the women to test the Power Tower. And only a handful of women were able to had the opportunity to test the Power Tower, and so I don't think there's any fear of heights here from Melissa.
Yeah, the higher you go, sometimes you just have to focus on the obstacle that's right in front of you and not worry about your surroundings and how high up you actually are. Being belayed and having a safety harness does take a lot of the fear factor away, but man, once you start getting up there, you feel the wind. And your peripheral vision starts to play tricks on you, and you realize how high you are. It can give you a little sense of vertigo, and man, it does get real nerve-wracking when you're starting to realize how high up you can get. And I believe this is, do we get a total tally of the height here on this? I want to say at least 80.
We're gonna put
60,
a word out
80?
to our stats guy to go get the height here. I'm gonna try to send a GoPro out to be on the floor again with the brick walls, guys. I don't know how reliable it's gonna be. Right now we've just got our main cam on the roof. We're gonna try to send our GoPro out to the floor. Hopefully we can get some floor footage. But I'm gonna go out and oh, here we go. We got the sheriff here. Do we have a number on height?
How tall this rope is?
So the rope portion is 20 feet.
Okay, so we got a 20-foot rope climb.
Is 45 feet.
And a 45-foot chain climb. So that's 65 total feet of climb here.
6-minute time limit.
Gotcha.
And they only have 6 minutes to do it. I mean,
no jams.
I think the tough part really is going to be how pumped these athletes are.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got our next competitor harnessed up, ready to go. Let's see what techniques she might have picked up from watching Megan have a little hang up here and there with that safety line on the cannonballs. Might have caused Megan to make a few extra moves that she didn't really want to in order to get those cannonballs in the correct position for the ascent. Made some pretty strong moves in order to get those 12 points. But Melissa Anderson has been looking strong all weekend long.
Yeah, Strat. And if it were me out there, which it's not because I'm not competing on stage
Mhm.
4, if it were me, I think as soon as I was harnessed up, I think I would take those cannonballs and just start to like air mimic the movement and just see where that strap is going to be, just so I have an idea with the harness on what I'm looking at, visualizing what it's going to feel like as I'm clipping in, being conscious of where the safety strap is at.
Definitely, it would help. I know competitors, when they train for obstacles, necessarily won't have the information or the equipment required like they would on the actual um, competition. So, climbing with a harness might not be something that people practice all the time. It might be something you may want to start looking into in order to be familiarized with what it would feel like. Getting situated here, making sure everything is nice and snug and tight in the places it needs to be. Once these harnesses start getting loose, it gets really nerve-wracking because you feel like you're gonna fall right out of those things sometimes. So you definitely don't want that. Okay, she's looking like she's gonna start chalking up here, and Melissa Anderson getting ready. Getting ready to go once she gets clipped in. It's just a matter of Mr. Feinberg there giving the countdown in the flamethrowers to go off in order to get the climb started. All right, and she's lined up ready for the signal. Belays are in position, getting ready to go. Melissa Anderson at the start platform. Got the GoPro outside, trying to pick up the audio of the crowd. And here she is ready to begin her ascent. As soon as that fire goes off, get that timer ready. Let's see how many points she can get. She needs to get 12 points faster or more points in order to move up the rankings. Imagine these athletes would want to climb this short portion of the climb, the 20-foot rope. Get up that as fast as you can because the time taxing portion is going to be with the cannonballs, trying to get those in the right position, climbing those D-links all the way up because that's where the points start to really come into play. The faster you can do those, the more points you can get. And there's the fire. Just a quick test of...
Yeah, I think just showing her what it's going to look like.
Yep, giving her a heads up. Hey. And one more test.
She looks a little confused.
Just making sure we're good to go.
Here comes Isaiah doing the hero
And
shot.
there we go. Now on to the rope. Here's the climb. Climbing up. Using that pinch tech. Climbing a rope when it's weighed down at the base really prevents certain type of leg hooks. And so it's Really important that you've got your technique figured out and you're not trying to learn on the fly. And nice moves here. Pinching as much as you can. Doesn't want to get tangled up here. And climbing up. Getting a clip or two in each pair of D-links that she can ascend will be another point acquired. Man, she is making really good progress. Climbing up each one. Ooh, gotta find there it is, trying to find that D-link amongst all of those chains. Can be tough when the sun's in your eyes. And you're climbing a 65-foot crane. Man, she's cruising right now, only at a minute and some change. Struggling with this one, trying to find the right position here. And still working her way up a little at a time. Oh, getting a little tangled with the cannonball, but still looks like she's got plenty of juice left in the tank. Looking for that D-links, really pushing in with those feet. Keep on going. Good moves here. Tangled up again. Has to go a little higher. 2 hooks into 1 D-link is going to help just get a little more height. And they are staying locked off that entire time. And now she decides to push the chain away like trying to climb a fire pole. Changing the technique a little bit. Might be starting to fatigue some. Oh, locking in both again. Come on, not quite able to progress much more than that. And I think once they put all the weight down on the belay, that's going to do it for her. Nice job, Melissa. She was cruising up there, made a fast ascent. Let's see if she got enough points to either tie or surpass Megan. Great job. According to NinjaMasterApp.com, Melissa Anderson, 12 points, just like Megan, but a faster time. 1 minute, 41 seconds, .01. Was able to get up there a little quicker than Megan. So she's our current leader for stage 4 for the ladies. Coming up now, we've got Taylor Green getting her ready to go. She's harnessed in. It's going to be seeing how these cannonballs will be attached. Excellent job. Only time I've ever gotten harnessed up and climbed that tall of a tower has been in Las Vegas when I've tested stage 4. Several times I've got on the rope. Season 4 tested it. And what else did I test that year? Oh, the Invisible Ladder Skills Challenge, was able to climb the tower that way as well. When you're competing, you really do forget that you're that high up sometimes. We got the Bucket of Chalk people just hanging out up here, really enjoying the view. Seeing
a huge shout out to them. I mean, they've put on a really awesome event here. They've gotten this crane here. You know, it's been really great. So they should a well-deserved view from the roof.
Getting some last-minute confirmations for Taylor Green. And we're off. Taylor's going up now, climbing up the rope. She's going to be climbing her way up. Oh, looks like she's lost a cannonball. So she's going to have to find a way to get the cannonball back in hand. She's got one hooked, but now she's going to have to switch over to that separate cannonball. Nice job. Was able to figure that out. And now she's working her way slowly but surely up these D-links. all the way to the top, if possible. 6 minutes is what she gets. Working her way through, trying to get as far as she can. Taylor Green making the moves, a little at a time. Starts getting a little hung up here, trying to get a little more lift. He's got a pinch with those legs, trying to get this cannonball kind of in a better position here. Looks like she's struggling with it just a bit. And not sure if they're going to let that. She's still working through it, trying to make some forward progression here. Trying to get the things unhooked and rehooked. She's struggling on this next move. They letting her continue, trying to make these big pulls. There she goes. She finally figured it out. Got a little tangled up, but still making progression a little at a time. Looking for that proper foot technique or to pinch and climb, take the weight off of those hands just long enough to get the cannonballs unhooked and on the next D-link. Slowly but surely working her way to the top. She's about halfway from the looks of things. Keeps on climbing. You hear the crowd giving it up for her. I think that's going to do it. She gave it her all. Actually, nope, she's still hanging tough. No, that's going to do it. Yep, finally tapping out there. Valiant effort on the ascent. Final climb. Nice try, Taylor. Taylor was able to get 11 points in 2 minutes and 14 seconds. 2 minutes and 14 seconds for Taylor Green. Up next is Bella Palmer.
Hey folks, sorry about that. Our camera on the roof had a signal drop there, but we're back on. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen again. We will make sure that if the signal drops from the roof, that we will not have any more runners go. That way we don't miss anybody.
Getting harnessed in, making sure she is linked in. Got Bella Palmer getting her ready to go. Harnessed up here. Making sure things are nice and tight. Making sure she's got the range of motion in those arms and shoulders. Chris, have you ever used one of these harnesses before? In any kind of belaying or climbing the towers? In testing on the show or just in general?
Yeah, I don't think I've used one of these full body harnesses before, actually. I think I've always just used like the standard rock climbing harness.
These seem to have a little bit more mobility for those shoulders. They seem to have gotten a lot more streamlined from the ones I'm used to from back in the day. Looks like Bella is getting ready to go. Bella is just waiting on the cue. Got our belay team ready to rock and roll. Just a hand on the rope. Your heart has to be racing at this point in time, knowing what you have in front of you. A huge 65-foot tower. 6 minutes to go as high as you can. Current lead is going to be Melissa Anderson. Bella Palmer ready to go. Hand on the rope at the ready. Just waiting on that fire. And standing by. Doesn't want to jump the gun. Chalking up a little bit more. Definitely one of those moments when you're just waiting on the cue to go. It's hard to keep that mindset of being ready for the action, especially when you have to wait on the other folks. As an athlete, you're just ready to rock and roll sometimes, but if production holds things back, puts you on ice, that can mess with your mindset a little bit. Bella's just getting the fire, making sure she knows what it looks like for the cue to start. Blair's at the ready. And almost ready to go. Chalking up, making sure she's got plenty for the climb here. One more test. And here we go. And looks like everyone is set. And she begins. Bella's on the way up now. Climbing up, trying to get as many points as she can. Current leader has 12 points. And Bella makes it up the rope for her first point. Every 2 D-links will start getting her some points on the leaderboard. So being able to lock out each time. Looks like she's going to match on the first one, but then starts overlapping these D-links each time and pinching with her legs, using that vice grip there. Oh, getting a little tangled on the safety line. Trying to untangle it. It's been a little bit finicky here because they are attached right at the harness. Oh, she's getting a little hung up. Trying to see where it threads through. And might have just looped around itself. Not sure if she is going to get up another rung. Her legs are starting to shake from trying to hold herself into that position. Now it seems like she's got it untangled. But as she extends more, it's going to just stay in that lopsided position. So she has to start ascending, trying to keep them even with each other. And doesn't look like she's quite able to keep the progression going here. Full extension on that one arm. Not sure if she's got enough in the tank here. It looks like she's really having a hard time. Maybe the safety line got clipped into one of the D-links. Not sure what the hang-up is here for Bella.
Making another move, though. I mean, it's
there
impressive
it goes.
how much
Now,
she's fighting right now.
6 minutes is the time limit total, but whatever was holding it up before, it looks like she's got it figured out now.
Yeah, she is on the move.
Oh, and she is fired up. Knows she has to make up for lost time, so she's got to be able to get
big reach.
More than 12 points in order to make it further up the leaderboard. And they have to play these D-links as they lie. Some are just right next to the chains. She's hooking them in. It's got to be challenging to unhook them and then rehook each time. She's looking for the right angles for each one here. Come on, Bella. Nice use of this, matching the cannonballs into one D-link. All right, halfway through her time limit here. Still progressing. Good moves. Slips a little bit with her feet. pinching
She's
hard.
just fighting so hard.
Great job. Didn't let that earlier hang-up slow her down. And still pulling big moves here. I think this is the highest we've seen. She might have passed 12 by now. Come on, Bella. Keep on climbing. Oh, my gosh. Can she keep going? I think we might be calling it there for, my gosh. Not sure how many she got total. We'll find out in a second from the Ninja Master app. Wow, what a climb from Bella Palmer. Had a frustrating start. I'm sure she wanted to get up that chain portion a lot faster. The transition from the rope onto the D-links was hanging her up at the start, but once she really figured it out, she just turned on the gas and started that ascent. And Ninja Master app is showing that Bella Palmer, our new leader's got 13 points in 3 minutes and 32 seconds, 0.4. So was able to get that 13th point, putting her in the lead. So we only have one runner left. Ava Colasanti is going to have to try to do 13 points or more on the chain. I feel like had Bella been able to figure out that ascent a little more, she would have made it all the way up to the top. She was cruising there. But impressive run.
Bryce, let's click that aperture up about 2 points. So maybe up to, I don't know, is it at 6 right now?
All right, Ava.
Here comes Ava Colasanti, New Jersey native. Gotta love the Jersey natives. That is where I am from as well. I know she trains out of center court. She's an avid rock climber. Definitely excited about this run.
Ava's on standby, getting ready to go. Being the last competitor has the advantage of knowing what they have to beat. But as an athlete, you know you want to push yourself to the extreme. You don't just want to meet the standard that somebody else set. You want to be the one that sets the standard and push yourself to the maximum. So let's see if she can make it all the way to the top, be one of the first people to do so today. And for this being stage 4, after 2 grueling stages yesterday and then stage 3, a tough combination of obstacles throughout the entire weekend, facing a 65-foot tower, your body has got to be feeling it by this point. Ava's getting ready here. Probably going to give her some test fire. Make sure she knows what it looks like. Here's another angle of our GoPro. A little more.
GoPro hold up strong.
GoPro's looking good now that it's in position. We're having some little hiccups here and there for the GoPro on the outside. But you can really tell from this angle how high up that crane goes. And Ava's getting ready. And here we go. Ava's off onto her ascent, climbing up the rope. getting up there real quick and onto the chain climb. And again, that first move is going to be the toughest one, trying to go from the rope on to the D-links, figure out how those safety lines are going to start reacting to your moves. And Ava's got it figured out, or
Ava looking good here.
Ava's got it figured out here.
Smart decision going with the sunglasses, actually. The sun right now is in a really brutal position for these athletes. It's 5 o'clock local time. It's just about getting to that setting point, and I think it's right in their faces as they're going up here.
Yep, she's twisting away a little bit. Should help some with that glare. Trying to find where that D-link's at on the opposite end of the chain. Working her way through, opting to utilize the hook portion instead of the cannonball to help assist get it locked in and keep on climbing up. Shaking out, doing what she can here. Keeps on pulling a little at a time. Knows what she has to beat. Got to pinch with those legs to help take a little pressure off of those arms.
See her sliding down a little bit here, Strat. I don't know. She might be running out of energy.
Come on, a little at a time. Going to go ahead and match both of those into one. Get into that locked off position.
Oh, that looks like the safety harness is getting in her way.
Yeah, that line's getting tight every time they start to make a move. If it's too much, if they take too much slack out, it's going to be too tight for them to get that lift they need to get it up onto the next D-link. Got to get really high. Almost want that waist right by the D-link. Ooh, look out.
Ooh.
Good save there.
This is why we put them on safety tethers.
Oh, yeah. Got to keep moving. Got to keep moving. 2 hands. 2 cannonballs into 1 eye bolt. Little at a time. Looks like she's going to go with that match technique here to make sure she has continued progression.
Getting to another red marker there.
Slow and steady.
Another point.
Slow and steady all the way up. Come on, Ava, don't stop. 2.5 minutes in.
I think, Strat, the most underrated part of this is how much the athletes are actually using their legs here, and they're trying to squeeze onto this very tiny chain, and you know that they're just burning.
It's got to be painful. Come on.
She's finding a way.
It's a little higher now. Keeps on reaching. Halfway mark for the time limit. And still progressing a little at a time. Looking for that next eye bolt. Linking it in here. Taking a breath. You can see her starting to get higher and higher. That heart rate's got to be spiked by now. Using that match technique each time. Oh, shake out real quick. Oh, and I think that's going to do it.
Too much weight on the belay device, it looks like.
And that's going to do it for Ava. It's going to get hoisted up a little bit to get the D-links out. And
you know she is tired.
Go. Just goes limp, noodle arms and everything. My goodness, great job.
So we can pull up Ninja Master here, and it looks like that's going to put her in 4th place. And so a huge congratulations to Bella Palmer for taking 1st place in Stage 4 for the women.
Impressive work. Even though she had that slight hiccup there from the transition from the rope onto the chains, she was able to figure it out and drive on and had the endurance and technique required to get that 1 extra point to put her past Melissa Anderson.
Well, while our athletes are getting reset here, getting ready to start the men's side of things, let's take a quick look at our sponsors. I know we've said it before on this stream, can't say it enough. All of our sponsors helping donate from food to prize money to helping the athletes. We really appreciate everything that you have done to help us put on this awesome event and to make sure that these athletes are taken care of. You can see how much work they're putting in. This rope climb is not easy. Whoever wins the prize money is definitely going to deserve it. And so, thank you so much to our sponsors. Copeland Precast. We saw Bart competing this weekend. That was really, really fun. Got to mention ProLift, Crane and Rigging, who's got the crane out here for stage 4, making this look absolutely epic. Ninja Master with a timing system, Bar S, Pi Movement. See a lot of Pi pants out there. McDonald's, Peakview Dental, Aaron Company, Zimmer Biomet, Castle Rock Autoplex, Stronghold, Humble Midstream, Arway Pools. Arway Pools, don't call Jessie because she really wants a pool, but I don't. So, no, we're going to get one when we have kids, we think. So we might be calling Arway Pools at
There
some
you
point
go.
if you do work in Illinois. But Castle Rock Microwave, Biaggi Bros, Colorado Foot and Ankle, thank you guys so much for all the support you've given us and these athletes. So let's check back. Men's competitors getting ready to run. See Brandy, you see the Bucket of Chalk team down there. So much goes into making these events, you guys, and really means a lot. All the volunteers out there. I am going to hop off the audio for 1 second, give my camera guy a call.
All right, the stage 4 list for our male athletes. Got our 10 athletes here ready to go. Oh, camera to the sky. Taking a gander up top. Hopefully we don't have Butterfingers. Get a nice view of the lovely blue Colorado sky here. And there we are back. Taking a gander at 25. Traffic's looking rather light. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh. Back up to the top. We're going to...
The gimbal is? Oh, weird. I don't know. Look at the menu and see. Run it up there.
Stand by, everybody. Chris is heading on up to see what the issue might be. We'll take a look over at our GoPro angle for the time being while that piece of equipment is looked over and addressed. For the gentlemen, again, they have a 6-minute time limit, but they get 1 point per 5 chain links. They get 1 point for the rope and then 1 point for every 5 links that they can get past. So that's what those red tape marks, I believe, indicate. Every 5 marks will be 1 point. Our first competitor looks like getting the harness attached right now is going to be Sam Folsom. Seen Sam have some impressive runs out here this entire weekend. Training out of the barn at their place. Always fun to watch what obstacles they can come up with in their own home environment. And I definitely know those obstacles we see get made at home. Sometimes they get thrown into random competitions. Sharon's caring in the ninja world. You see something and you can make it your own sometimes, put your own personal flair to it. And man, oh man, I know the show Primary American Ninja Warrior definitely tunes in to the various social media out there that the competitors do in the off time to see what we're up to in order to come up with their own devious obstacles. Things like the obstacle design challenge have definitely created some interesting combination and interesting takes on some traditional style obstacles, and some that are fairly jarring on the body. So if you do enter one of those competitions, please think about the athletes. All right, we're going to have Mr. Sam Folsom getting ready to go here. Making sure he's got everything set. Hands on the rope at the ready, and then there's the fire. And climbing up the rope as fast as he can. There's the first point right there for the rope. And looks like we got the primary camera back up in action. And he's making his ascent on these links. Opting to go arms only. Not using those legs. Big pulls here. Trying to get his way up as best as he can. Opting to go with no shoes. I hope that doesn't come back to bite him later on once he wants to start utilizing those legs. But he's opting to go hands only, arms only. Man, oh man, Sam. Keep pulling through. He's going to go ahead and match and can't quite. He's facing the same issue as some of the other competitors where things get kind of hung up with that safety line, because the lower you are, the tighter that line gets attached to the center point of the harness. But now he's got to figure it out again, pulling his way up each time, shaking out when he can. Oh, still thinking hands only. Might not have been the best bet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really curious about the feet, the no-shoe strategy, because of the safety tether. I feel like maybe
That's going to do it for him.
I feel like maybe he was thinking, well, if I don't put my feet on, I won't get caught.
From the looks of it, the point at which the line is attached to the harness,
Yeah.
you're right. You got to have that your waist almost to the point where the bottom cannonball is at, so you have the slack required in order to make the moves from one cannonball, from one D-link to the next. So ladies had it figured out with the legs, utilizing their feet on the chain, climbing up. Sam, I believe, was going for a fast time. That's why he opted to go all arms. Sadly, couldn't quite get up that high. Only acquired 3 points there. Let's see if the rest of the male competitors can figure out the climbing phase here. Up next, we have our second competitor out of our top 10 is going to be Joshua Howard, the Bathrobe Ninja. Bathrobe Ninja getting ready to go, getting all harnessed up, making sure everything's nice and flush. Last time I was on a harness like this was, oh man, besides American Ninja Warrior, had a couple stunt gigs where I was on a wire like this, a crane like this, where the belay man would pull right when I jumped to send me flying, and it was really fun. That was on Vampire Diaries, running across the rooftops, and that was pretty cool. Besides the running across the rooftops part, I also had to be dropped from the ceiling. It was about a 14-foot drop down to the floor, and that part was a little scary. But that's when they yoink you right before you hit, make you have that superhero-esque landing many, many moons ago when I did some stunts back in Atlanta. But now we've got the Bathrobe Ninja ready to go. He's got that harness on. He's got everything in place. And here he goes. His ascent begins, using a good leg pinch there to keep some of that tension off of his arms, because he knows he's going to need it when he starts climbing these chains. And goes for the match. And again, we're going with a no leg technique here. You gotta wonder if they're gonna change their mind. At least he's got the shoes on, so he'll have the opportunity to pinch onto that chain without having too much bite into his feet there. Just trying to lock off.
Not really utilizing his feet at all here.
You're gonna burn out, and looks like he's
he's getting tired.
thinking about it. Use your legs, young man. You got them for a reason. Jump on there. You got a long way to go. It's 65 feet to the top. pinch with those legs, unless it was a rule that was changed. They said no J hooks, but we'll have to. Actually, after this run, I'll double check to see what the status is
we'll
in
send
regards to
Strat
that
out
check.
to the
I'll be
field.
right back, folks.
Yeah, Strat's going to go out to the field. He's going to get confirmation on it. It looks like he's starting to use his feet here, but we're just going to get clarification on the rule here. Just curious why the first two athletes didn't really utilize feet. So we're going to have to see if that was a personal decision or part of the rules here. Going to be really curious to find out. I think we saw, a lot of success on the women's side of things, utilizing those feet, really helping them. I think, the safety tether getting caught up was definitely an issue with some of the women. Maybe that's why some of the men are opting to go hands only to try to avoid that issue. But it looks like they're burning out a little faster than the women. Our man from the field is back.
All right.
Strat, you got an answer for us?
I do. So legs are no longer allowed for the gentlemen. Have to go no legs whatsoever. So I apologize for assuming that was a choice of plan of attack by these athletes, but just a little miscommunication there with the rules on the ascent. A little last-minute change on the rules on the floor. Wasn't relayed back to us here in the commentator's booth. So
few is, Strat. So few things are relayed back to us.
We call it like we see it, folks.
Hey, that GoPro is hanging in there.
It is doing great.
I'm impressed with the GoPro through the brick wall.
Good.
Got confirmation from Mrs. Amaxing.
Yeah, no feet here is going to be very challenging to be able to get as high as they can, as quick as they can, especially when it comes down to ascending and getting that safety harness high enough to prevent those safety lines from getting tied up. Vance Walker climbing up now to the start platform. Vance coming out of Atlanta, Georgia, originally from Texas. Made it all the way to stage 3 this season. Strong upper body, so I would expect him to climb this really fast as long as he can keep those lock-offs nice and high for changing each of those cannonball hooks from link to link. Oh, and he's off already, going up quick here, making his ascent, climbing up the rope. And so fast he lost his first cannonball. That's all right. He can utilize those legs on the rope, but not the chains. Starts trying to figure out how to get up as high as he can, as fast as he can.
Yeah, so he's coming to the end of the rope here. Gonna have to go hands only here in a second.
And man, that is going to burn you out real quick, but he's got some good lock-off strength. Vance was one of the athletes last year to do this obstacle when it was a race against another competitor, so he is somewhat familiar with the chain links. And I don't know if he's practiced it before, but he's looking fairly comfortable here. He's got some really strong pulls. You can see his forearms just exploding out there, holding on tight, trying to pull up as high as he can each time. Great job, Vance. He's really got the pull power. And how is he going to go once his arms start to give out? But as of right now, it doesn't seem like he's fatiguing whatsoever. Pulling his way up, continuing on. Each time he gets past one of those red tape marks, that's going to be a point. Still pulling each time. It's going to go ahead and match to get a little higher to help with that lock off. Oh, come on. Don't get to it. You can see how high it is. Just still a long way to go to the very top. Oh, when you match onto one D-link, it's going to be really tough to unhook it because you got to get that pressure off of that D-link and off of that hook to unhinge it. Looks like he's able to do it.
Oh,
come on. It's just off to the side.
Oh, I don't know.
Fight through it, Vance.
He's fighting so hard.
Come on.
You know he's got to be burning. You could see the cannonball hook getting stuck there.
He's trying to switch arms now. I think he's trying to lock off, and I think that's going to do it for him. Thumbs up. Wow, but still an
See how close he was there.
Amazing ascent by Vance Walker. Nice job. Looking like Top Gun out there with the aviators on. No, Vance, you do not have permission to do a flyby at the tower. Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. Vance getting lowered down right now. And with that run, Vance is going to be in first place for the time being with 4 points at 1 minute and 9 seconds. So no legs is definitely going to speed up the process of getting these competitors through this stage, but definitely will make it a lot more challenging. Requires more upper body strength to get them through. So coming up next, we'll have Nolan. Nolan will be up next, followed by Kai Beckstrond, and then Elijah Browning. See Nolan LaJoy there right in front of us getting harnessed up.
Wearing the bright green shirt there. You see Vance next to him getting unclipped. So I'm sure those two are sharing a couple messages to each other. I bet it sounded a little bit like this. You play Vance, I'll play Nolan. Hey, was it hard?
Oh, I'm Vance? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you're Vance.
I'm Vance.
Nolan.
Oh, yeah, it was really hard, guys. Hi, Kevin. I tried my best.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to put my music in and listen to some music.
Oh, my God. Horrible impersonation. Sorry about that. Vance Walker, incredible athlete. I got to give him a hard time from time to time.
You and Vance go way back, huh?
Well, you do, man. He was back in the day, one of my first students at Ninja Quest in Atlanta, Georgia. Back when he was just 9 years old. I was with him when he won his first NNL championship in his age bracket at the old GCA of back in the day. So, now we've got Nolan getting ready to go. Nolan
Guys,
LaJoy.
we have a special guest joining the booth real quick. We got Kevin Carbone just going to give us give us his thoughts on this stage 4.
Welcome to the stream, Kevin Carbone, the Maker Ninja.
Guys, I used to train with Ryan Stratus back at Ninja Quest. He was one of the first pro ninjas I ever met. Pretty cool. Sitting in the booth. We're watching Nolan take on stage 4. This obstacle has been tricky. People have been getting their harnesses caught on stuff, and we saw Vance fighting there at the end. Looked like he was caught up. What you think, Ryan?
Yeah, definitely challenging, especially when they take out the legs from the equation, and it's hands only once they get onto that chain.
Yeah, that was brutal.
And here we go, Nolan.
Absolutely. I love the fire. The start of the stage 4 is so cool. You see the smoke.
Gets him going here.
Smooth.
Fires him up right off the gate.
Is time going to play a factor in getting to 4 points? It seems like that's what's leading right now.
Correct, sir. We've got Nolan here getting onto the chains right now, no longer utilizing his legs.
He's hung up again.
What do you think about this safety tether on the cannonballs, Kev?
I don't know if it was necessary. I think we see that, they're connected and they're not going to fall
Nolan's making
off.
some good moves here, climbing his way up. Not getting a factor. The safety line's not being a factor right now.
It's at least good, though. I mean, you can't drop him and hit anybody in the crowd. So
very good for that reason. Nolan trying to match here in order to pull his way up.
Difficult. Not only are you fighting, the precision of this, but you're fighting the sun and you're fighting fear.
Yep.
It's crazy.
He's got his back to the sun right now. Was able to twist around just enough, and that lock off.
Made that one.
Lock off's going to start to burn the higher he gets. Moving his way up, trying to get there. He's going to match again.
He's just over a minute here. So that's a lot of hanging on the arms. Lactic acid is definitely setting in by now. He's going to start using that double match and pull technique.
All right, got his 2 points here, but can he get another in order to tie or go beyond what Vance did? It's going to be tough. And I think once those D-links start to flip upside down to the narrow portion. He's grabbing the chain. That's it for...
That was an awesome effort.
It's going to be it for Nolan.
Well, thank you so much, Ryan, for letting me join you for a minute.
Hey, man, get back out there. I know you're having a good time. Thanks to the Maker Ninja. Kevin Carbone, y'all go check out the Maker Craft for your awesome obstacles.
Thank you, guys. I'm honored.
See you out there, Kevin.
All right, see ya.
Nolan LaJoy, thanks so much. Getting that great run there onto the chain climb. That put him in second place currently. Was able to get 4 points just under Vance at 1 minute and 18 seconds.
Appreciate Carbone giving his thoughts here. Always good to get different perspectives, especially Carbone's been out there watching these runs in person. It's good to get the perspective.
Coming up next, we're going to have Kai Beckstrond, then Elijah Browning, then Joseph Meisner. Cruising along here on stage 4.
Kai Beckstrand getting ready. Getting ready to tackle this brutal stage 4.
No legs on this is no joke. All right, getting ready. Let's see Kai fly up this rope.
Waiting for that fire.
Getting some epic shots there on the ground. Climbing his way up now. Making his moves. Gets that first point at the end of the rope. Kai working his way into the D-links here. Grabbing on to that first cannonball. Ensuring he's got the other in hand. And let's see if he can figure out this safety line technique here. Utilizing his legs as much as he could until the end of the rope. Now it's all arms here. Really starting to put all that pressure into that lockup. You see him twisting that cannonball facing inwards. That's going to put more pressure into that bicep. When those fingers are facing away from you, that's going to put more onto the forearm portion and outer bicep. But he's going to try his best here to keep pulling, making a big move there. Big move up. Let's see him get a little higher if he can. I think he's trying. He's got one arm straight out, trying to make the move up, and it's a little tangled. Trying to get, there he is, got it locked in. Now he's got to be able to pull one more time. Oh, but the pull power just leaves you so quick when you don't have the opportunity to use your legs, and I think that's going to do it for him. Nice try, Kai.
Yeah, you can see he made it about halfway. Tough there.
Kai's coming on down.
Well, let's pop to the leaderboard real quick, and we can see the run order 2 with this view powered by Ninja Master. Yeah, Vance still holding on to first place. You got Joe Meisner coming up, Phil Folsom. I expect a lot out of Joe because I've seen some of the gauntlets he does in training where he just does all upper body stuff, and so expecting a lot from him. Excited to see that run. Kai Beckstrand ending in 5th right there.
Yep, just couldn't quite get the pull power required to move up those D-links. And I think it's just going to be really challenging each time they need to get to those transitions, especially when one of the D-links is facing upside down and you've got the more narrow end of the D-link. That's going to be a lot more challenging, especially if you go with the match technique, and then the pressure of both hooks are on top of each other. Just takes a lot of lock-off power to hold those positions.
Actually, Elijah Browning is up next.
Elijah getting ready to go, followed by Joseph Beisner and then Phil Folsom. So Elijah at the start platform, making sure everything is tied in. And he's going to be stepping up very soon. It's got to be nice doing this during the daytime, especially at night, man. Once it starts getting cold, the feeling in your fingers goes quick, and it is not fun competing at night. DeGanji, you've competed at some pretty frigid temperatures on the show, American Ninja Warrior. What was the coldest season you've ever competed on?
I believe in Cleveland, Ohio, we competed at about 38 degrees.
The Frozen Chosen.
Yep, that one was rough. Trying to do the nail clippers back then.
Oh my gosh.
After the salmon ladder, my fingers, I just couldn't even open them. It was tough, man.
Not fun indeed.
I got to be honest with you though. I'm a little opposite of you, Strat. I prefer competing at night. I think it gives us veterans a little bit of an advantage for some of the rookies who come in and don't know how to expect to prepare for the overnight shoot.
Very good. Possibly. To each their own. I don't mind.
A day man.
I do. I enjoy. Oh, here we go. We got the cameraman getting ready.
Tyler.
And off we go for Mr. Elijah, the boss, climbing up here. Begins his ascent on the rope climb.
See, it's only about 20 feet of rope. The rope section, not too much of a challenge. It looked like his cannonball popped off here, which is unfortunate because, every second counts here.
Yep, and getting into position. Let's see what he decides to do here. Trying to stay as efficient as he can. Doesn't want to get tangled up here. He's got to play these D-links as they lay. Climbing up, little at a time. Getting a little higher up each time. He's got some cloud coverage right now, so it doesn't have as much sun in his face, so that's working to his advantage. And working up each of these D-links. Cannonballs. Up, a little higher. Come on, Elijah. There it is. Locks it in. It's like a one-arm pull-up when you're up there. So there he is, shaking his head and gives the thumbs up to the camera. Nice try, Elijah. And he's going to go ahead and start working his way back down the chain. Man, all arms. That is intense. Back down, Elijah. Nice try.
See where that puts him? He's going to put him in 5th place here. On deck, we got Joe Beisner and Phil Folsom. But, yeah, gets 3 points. I mean, you can see here that 4 points right now, the number to beat here at a minute 9. And that's why, the management of these cannonballs and making sure that they don't get caught up or fall is really important, because if you're going to get to 4 points, you want to do it quickly.
Definitely. That is going to be a huge factor in being efficient. Timeliness, up that chain as fast as you can, and conserving that energy. I don't even know if I could do this fresh, to tell you the truth there, DeGanji. This is a challenging obstacle with no feet allowed. 65 feet.
You and everybody in chat know a little secret is that I could not do this fresh. Not that I think I could do it. I don't know that I have the lock-off strength to be able to do this without my feet. I mean, this is some next level upper body strength right here, and it's really pushing these athletes.
It's one thing to be able to do the lock-offs and hold onto things like that are static and stationary, such as bars, cliffhanger ledges, pegboards. But with this, you've got the finesse that you have to have with those cannonball hooks and then the chain shaking the D-links all over the place. It's going to be much more of a challenge to have the accuracy that you need to go up as fast as you can. But right now we're going to have Joseph Meisner on the start platform and getting ready to go for his climb. He's going to be followed by Phil Folsom and then Tyler Smith, and then ending it with our furthest stage 3 athlete, Noah Munir. Munir.
Monitoring everything, making sure everybody stays safe. Huge props to them. They've put on an awesome event. They've been judging all these athletes.
Oh.
But up here we got Joe.
And here he goes. Joe's on his path right now, climbing this rope, using that front leg pinch, utilizing his shin and calf. He's got a little hang up here, trying to get that cannonball out. First cannonball, and the other is dangling below him. Swings it in hand, and now he starts that climb, keeping his feet on the rope as high as he can. Once he sees he can't utilize it any longer, now it's going into the lock-offs. And there it is, the accuracy that is required. It's going to be much more challenging than your typical pegboard ascent. But there it is. Good pulls here by Joe.
He's still only about halfway up here. Got a long ways to go.
Keep on pulling. Oh, come on, a little higher. You can see him trying to force it up a little bit with his fingers just to get it locked in before he puts the weight down onto it.
Well, the tough part about the carabiners is that they're not always in the same spot. They're moving with the chain constantly. And so that brings another element
Big pull.
to these athletes.
Come on, get it in there, Joe. Up one more. Coming up on a minute 15.
Oh, he dropped the cannonball.
Oh, no. I think he just needs to get hoisted up a little bit. He's asking for the belay to lift him up so he can grab that cannonball there. Joe flying up as fast as he could. And with that, Joe's going to go ahead and get lowered down. Made some quick moves. Oh, so close. Nice try, Joe. Getting some assistance from the other athletes. Getting out of that harness so we can harness up our next athlete. We've got Tyler Smith. After he will be on deck. Phil Folsom is on the course right now, getting ready to climb. And then Noah's going to be ending things for us. So Phil Folsom getting ready to go. See our crowd hanging out there. A lot of folks in the shade now that the sun is beginning to set. We're just hanging out, enjoying the show, enjoying the culmination of this 4-stage competition here in Castle Rock. It's doing great. Got a nice little doggo getting walked over there. It's always fun to see various pets of the ninjas. Enza has sadly gone home for the evening. Phil Folsom, ladies and gentlemen, on the rope, getting ready to go. Phil, younger brother, seeing if he can get past his older brother here, and he begins all chalked up, ready to go. You can see the particles flying all over the place, utilizing those feet to get up as high as he can. Cannonballs go ahead and get unhooked from that one position, but he's able to make that transition off of the rope fairly efficiently, utilizing his feet as high as he can to get to the top, and now it turns into a lock-off battle. Can he ascend? Big pulls here. Nice job, Phil. Keep on pulling. Trying to find that D-link, getting it in. Each one is going to be, oh, it's a little tangled. He's got to stay that pressure, that lock off, still looking around 90. He's going to try to match it here on that D-link in order to pull both arms at the same time. But then that's going to cause it to hang up a little bit. Gets it out from that lower position, thankfully, and hooks in to that next one. Pulling up again, bypassing that one D-link, not opting to go for a linked match tech. He's going to try to match on this one, though, to utilize both arms. Let's see if he's got the pull power. Not quite able to do it. I think he's tangled up a little bit. Looks like he might still have some left in the tank. But he's got the hooks crossed on each other, so it's going to be hard to unhook. But he manages it. And continuing on his ascent.
Well, it's really tough when you get the two hooks in the same carabiner. It's hard to get the next one out.
On top. Oh, come on. Each one is going to be much more difficult than the last. Just exponentially taxing those muscles the higher you go. Come on, he's fighting it. That might be the best technique you can use, is really put two of those in there. Keep on pulling. That's yet another point. Oh, dropped one. It's just to the side, but you can see he's got the tension. He's got the arm still bent a little bit, showing that he's got pressure and tension there. But the line, again, is getting a little more tangled up. Now he's got that arm completely locked off, but I think he's calling it on that. Nice job, Phil. And down he goes. Down to our final two competitors. Good stuff out of Phil. Making his way up. A little hung up in a couple different spots, but still fought through as hard as he could. Pulling his way up. Having the lock-off strength to hold it into those positions and fighting that safety line to get it untangled. It's definitely challenging, but good job fighting through as far as you can. That's going to place him at fourth place. Got 4 points, around 209 on the Ninja Master app. Coming up now is going to be Tyler Smith. And then Noah Munir. Getting a little beta from the other athletes, trying to tell them exactly the right way to do it. You love to see each athlete getting the tips from their friends, even if the competitors were the ones that ran right before them. And it's very rare, not any other sport that I can think of where your competition tells you how to beat them. So we all want to see each other do as best as we can out here. So Tyler Smith is getting her ready to go. Hand on the rope at the ready. Just waiting on our belay to get into position. And there's the fire. So now begins his climb up the final stage. Climbing his way up to the top, grabbing onto the cannonball. Trying to find the right tech. Getting on these eye bolts. First couple. Get a feel for it. And notice how he's got those hands kind of facing inwards. Links it in. Oh, careful there. Don't drop it on your face. Oh, a little tight again. He's got to get that waist higher each time. There it is, to give him a little slack. But, yep, you're right. He got it around the chain from what it looks like.
Yeah, he's wrapped up here.
Got to get untangled. We saw earlier Bello get tangled up a little bit and was able to figure it out, but not being able to have the ability to utilize those legs is going to make it much more taxing here. Tyler still fighting on. And twisting those cannonballs inwards is going to really focus in on those biceps.
Well, if he wants to take first place, now he's going to have to get to that 5th point.
Well, the time is a huge factor. Fighting through it here. Tyler still moving despite the hiccup earlier. You can see how high he's getting. Working his way, shake of the head, and I think that's going to do it for him. Nice try, Tyler. He's going to go ahead and get some assistance from the belay. And we've got one runner remaining. The furthest athlete on stage 3 is going to be coming up here in a second. You can see Tyler looking at his hands, you know, climbing these chains. The D-links are right up against the chain, and it's got to be challenging. Probably getting some abrasions there as you climb up. And ooh, boy. You know, when they say you got some skin in the game, that's probably not the way you'll want it to happen. But he's going to be going ahead to released from the harness. And we got one more athlete to go.
Yeah, so while we prepare for our final runner, let's go ahead and take a look at this leaderboard here. Vance Walker holding fast in first place with only Noah Muner left, okay? If Noah wants to win, he's going to either have to get to 5 points or get 4 points in under 1 minute and 9 seconds. You see Joe Meisner there sitting in second, Nolan LaJoy in third.
That is a tall order to do so. Let's see how it's gonna pan out.
So Noah about to step up.
I want to thank everybody again for hanging out with us all day long. Stage 4 here, the conclusion of a beautiful weekend here in Castle Rock, Colorado. Couldn't have asked for better weather. It was nice and sunny out, brisk in the evening, not too cold. And we're getting close to wrapping things up for the weekend. Started off with 155 athletes, whittled it down to the top 15 here for Stage 4. It's been an extremely long and challenging but exciting and fun weekend. Much appreciate everyone hanging out with us on the live stream, chiming in when you can. Noah Munir getting ready to go. All right, Noah's getting that last sip of water before he begins that ascent, climbing his way up. How fast can he get these points, or can he make it all the way to the top to knock Vance off that top spot? All right. Looks like his harness is set. Chalking those hands up. Noah is going to be getting ready to go here in just a moment. Once we get everybody ready. I also want to thank all of our participants out there assisting with course resetting, belaying, and whatnot. Takes a lot of moving pieces here to make these events happen. So much appreciated to everyone involved. Here we go. Noah, ready for the climb, and begins. Fire goes off, and off he goes, climbing up the rope as fast as he can. He's got those cannonballs already preloaded. Sees that
well,
first.
He knows he wants to move quick here.
It's going to come down to time. And gets the first one in. Starts working his way up, utilizing those legs as far as he can. Starts finding the rhythm. A really good lock off. You can tell he's pulling the cannonball all the way to his chest, locking it in. Oh, it's a little tangled somewhere. He's got to look down at it to see where exactly it got wrapped. It's wrapped around the chain. Manages to unhook it. Based on where the D-link's at would be probably the cause of this hang-up. Because you got to reach to one side of the chain or the other in order to get the cannonball into place. And that's going to cause a little bit of hiccups here. So that's going to slow him down. I think he's going to have to get beyond Vance in order to move on to that top spot. Noah still unfazed. Notice how high he is getting each of these lockoffs. Once you pull it past that 90-degree point, it can be easier to lock in because you're utilizing more of your back muscles than not relying solely on those biceps and forearm muscles to lock it in. And notice he's able to just shake out as he holds it to his chest. But he's got to try to pull up higher each time, shaking out again, just like he's levitating up there. Got a big pull here. He might look for the match tech. And still locked off. Oh, naturally trying not to use those legs if possible. Oh, gets a big pull. Keeping his hands straight out. He's got to keep climbing. He's got to keep progressing. Taking time to chalk up. That's the first person I think we've seen do that in action on the chains.
Oh, it's getting caught up, I think.
Hoisting it up. It's unhinged. Keeps climbing. That red flag right there, that's his 4th point. But does he have enough in the tank to ascend further? Big pulls here. Each time he is trying his best to pull and hoist himself up.
Well, you can see he's been on this for 3 minutes. Oh.
He is fighting tooth and nail here. Oh, locking it off each time. Incredible heart here. Not wanting to give up. Almost he sees that red flag. Almost getting there. Come on, he's got it. It's
so
wrapped.
Close.
It's around. He knows what he has to do.
He's got one more to go.
And not going to do it. Nice try. I think our cameraman was getting a little excited there as he was getting higher and higher. Just couldn't quite get to that last red tape mark in order to get that other point. Nice try, Noah. Let's take a look at the leaderboard as Noah gets lowered down.
Yeah, and you can see Vance Walker's going to hold on to it there. Joe Meisner in 2nd, Nolan LaJoy in 3rd place. A good effort from Noah puts him in 6th place, but he had to get to that 5th point if he wanted to take the lead.
Well, impressive stuff from all of our athletes. They're going to be tallying up all of the points to determine the grand champion, the winner overall. There'll be a winner tallied up via all the points acquired through all the different stages in order to determine who the overall winner was for the weekend.
So with that, we'll show you a little bit of the broadcast booth here. Strad!
Hello, everyone. Put a face to the sound of the voices you've been hearing all weekend long. Trying to keep it nice and silky smooth for y'all. Not getting too raspy, hopefully. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us all weekend long. It's been a blast commentating. cheering everyone on, seeing the different techniques and strengths from everyone, and the sponsors once again all across the board. Pro Lift, Crane, and Rigging bringing us that Stage 4 exclusive obstacle. Not many of those you see popping up at people's parking lots in their gyms. So thank you so much to all the sponsors. Krista Ganji, thank you for having me. It's always good to be here.
So we are going to go on hold here. We got awards coming up. So we're going to get everybody inside, I think, and we're going to get to our awards, and then we will close down the stream. But for right now, Strat and I are going to sign off for a few minutes and get everything ready, get everything in place. But you can just stay right here on the stream, and we will be with you with awards coming soon.
Thank you very much, folks. Stand by for the awards.
We're going to jump into our awards.
Okay, first and foremost, I want to thank all of you for coming out and attending this event that Max, Kaden, and Isabella put on We Went to the Bucket. We would be nothing without you guys. So ninjas, parents, thank you guys so much for supporting us, okay? Second, we would be nothing without the sponsors. They really stepped it up this year. The banners over there, you can see everyone that donated. Ninja Master, my kid right there, I see him. Thank you. There's so many. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring to make this event possible. Also, we have another person we need to thank. Could Becca Green come up here, please? So, a lot of you don't know, our blind girl, that is amazing. And she helps these boys out a lot. And a lot of stuff would not be done because two teenage boys running a business, if it wasn't for her, I'm not going to throw Isabella under the bus. She helps out a lot too. But a lot goes unnoticed. And Becca helps these guys out, helps Bucket and Chalk out so much. So we thank you so much. Also, we're going to, I'm going to wait on this because let's wait on this and see if we can get a hold of the person. I'm going to pass this over to Max and then we will start prizes. But him and Kaden, you need to be up here, please. We know you're a man of few words. And Isabella, yes. Isabella will help. I know she will.
Sweet. Yeah, I want to thank all the volunteers, all the people that came helped us out when we were setting up between courses, helped us with live stream resets, all that. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you for making this event what it was. Could not have done it without you. Another person, more people I want to thank, Brittany, Ryan, and John for giving us the gym for the weekend. All their hospitality has just been amazing. You made this event what it is, guys. So give it up for everybody. Chris and Strat for the live stream with all the hardships you guys faced this weekend. You guys did an amazing job. I can't wait to go home and watch it from start to finish. That's going to be a good time. Yeah, thank you all the competitors. You guys all came out, you did your best, and couldn't be more proud of you. We hope you guys had a good time because we put a lot of effort into making it a great experience for every athlete. So, yeah, and most importantly, Bryce for carrying around an $8,000 camera. And Isaiah Wakeham for all the footage. Yeah, thank you, Suzanne. Yeah, I'm just stalling at this point. Joe, I want to thank you for all your shouting, for all your that goodness. You're John's new best friend. Yeah, I would keep going. going, but I know you guys are anxious for awards, so.
So now, what we really need to do is thank the three masterminds behind all of this. It started out with Kaden and Max last year wanting to do a 4-stage ninja comp. We brought Isabella in this year to help with this comp. And I just want you guys to know, Max and Kaden, after stage 1 last year on the ride home, they were already thinking about this comp and new obstacles. So this isn't something they put together in a month. They've worked on this comp alone for over a year now, and they put their heart and soul in it. And as moms, we witness it, and it's pretty spectacular that a 15 and 16, now a 16 and 17-year-old can pull this off, when I know a lot of leagues can't. And I'm not saying that this comp went perfect. No comp is ever going to be perfect, and you all can argue with me. We will only improve. We will take your feedback to make it better next year. And I'm not going to say bigger because $15,000, dear Lord, we will try to get more sponsors next year, make it bigger, but it'll at least be the same, I hope.
Not 150 athletes.
But there's going to be some changes, guys. I mean, to make it bigger and better, we got to make a few changes, but that's all right. We will take feedback from that. Isabella stepped up this year, which is so important to have a female input on a dominantly male sport. And I won't be the first to say that. We know it is. We will make it. And thanks to these three being on the show, that is why we have finisher patches, Bob Machine, Fire. It just goes on and on. But you guys did a hell of a job, and thank you. All right, who's ready for prizes? Fifth place. Back here. Oh. So fifth place. That one. Can I have? All yours figure out how. Okay, who do we want to start with? Males or females? I always ask.
No, we got ladies now, and ladies first. Ladies.
Females! They say males. They're saving the best for last. They're smart. Okay. In fifth place. So, I guess fifth place is maybe here. I don't know how podium really does work. I was told this is first, second, third, wherever you want to put that. Fifth place, 4 males, $250. I need Phil up here, please. All right, guys, in fourth place, I need Tyler up here. $500. Okay, guys, third place, all this. Or you can even take this side, it doesn't really matter. So this is third. In third place, $750, Richard. I need Nolan. Let's go. In second place, taking home $1,000 and a suitcase for all the prizes I need. You go by Joe or Joseph? Which is it?
Oh, hey, I'll go by Joe.
You go by Joe.
You good over there? Isabel.
All right. Oh, there you go.
Good job, y'all.
Someone help this guy out. All right, let's move on to females. Ready? Yep. Okay. In fifth place, $250, I mean Taylor. All right. And in fourth place, $500, Richard, I mean Ava. All right. In third, you guys ready for third?
Maybe. Yeah, we're good.
$750, Richard. Megan! In second place, $1,000, Melissa. And I want to say probably the youngest female pro competitor, I think in any league. If I'm wrong, you guys can tell me. 12 years old, $2,000, Richard. Bella!
I paid for it.
Yeah, that's been
Paid
my
$100.
Due to do all this other help, and they're giving me help. All this goes, all of this.
Right,
Yeah.
we blast them.
All right, hold on. Watch out, guys. Here comes fire.
Nope.
Good job, girls.
Where's Bella's mom and dad?
Honey, there's a problem.
It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff, I think. Yeah. I think. Bella!
No.
Bella! Bella! Can we switch this back? I'm bad pants. I'm bad pants. Is there different stuff in it?
Yeah.
I guess.
So what that can do?
Wait, what?
The women.
It's just the color of it.
Oh, what's up, bro?
All right, guys. Well, I think that is going to do it here for the bucket of chalk competition.
Time.
Yeah.
All right, it's time to announce that grand
not yet.
champion.
Wonder who that could be. Is it the same guy from last year?
No.
No. Okay.
No, myself.
I thought it was. All right, $5,000, Richard. We'll definitely need another suitcase. I need Noah up here, please. All the way to the top. That chain has a special gift card donated from Sheriff Pete. Sheriff Pete, what is that amount on that gift card? That is a $200 for you from Sheriff Pete. You'll get it.
should we do all the way through 5th? All of them? Let's do all the way through 5th. Come up here.
Can I do fire for this one?
No.
Oh gosh. Let Ryan do it. You're gonna trust Max or I will get a picture. Yeah, we're doing that right now. With the fire. Yep. And Max. Can we ship the box? Video. We can't go. We got it.
First through 5th, men and women, come back up.
First through 5th, men and women, back up here.
I'm scared. Stay clear of the fire.
We're going to take lots of pictures. Let's be here for a minute.
Isaiah, you ready? No, not ready. All right. Ready.
Good job, girls.
Someone's got to spread the fire. I don't know. Right. Yeah, spread the fire.
How do I spray the fire?
Okay, we have one more change. We're just waiting on one person to arrive. You need to go, we understand. It's regarding the breast cancer and ribbon winner. We would like them to be present. This is pretty special what took place. So they should be here in a second. You gotta go. Understand. Thank you so much for your time. There is no open gym tonight. We need some rest. If you can hang out for a few minutes, awesome. We'll put a story about the ribbon here, and it should be walking through the door any second. Please take off the obstacles. Everything's been cleaned.
All right, guys, we're getting word that the announcement is here. Brandy getting everybody ready here. So let's cut to our audio on the floor.
All right, Allison, come on up. All right, guys, again, I need it quiet for the live feed. Quiet for the live feed. It can't go live until it's quiet in here. Guys, I need it quiet for the live feed. This is pretty special. That's what's about to take place. So I really wanted it on the live stream. We got some people to thank. This is amazing. So as you know, Strongholds did a hold for a boy.
For Mikey Franchi, he came up with the idea for this hold. I believe it's his grandparent is suffering from cancer, and Mikey raised $900, and with that $900 purchased a lot of raffles for our contest, and he won. And he said that Max and Kaden could decide who it would go to, and the boys have decided.
Come on up. That's it. Thank you guys for staying too. We are. And now that's a wrap. Good job, guys. Everybody go home.
All right, guys, that is going to do it for the live stream. A really special moment there. And if you haven't seen what Bucket of Chalk is doing in terms of breast cancer awareness, I highly urge you to check it out. Really, really amazing there that they were able to give that hold to somebody, a breast cancer survivor. So, yeah, really special there. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the live stream. Thank you for sticking with us this weekend. We had a blast. The Bucket of Chalk competition was awesome. Thank you to Ninja Intensity. Thank you to Bucket of Chalk for having us out. On behalf of Ryan Stratus and myself, we're going to close down the stream. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you soon. We've got another competition coming up at Obstacle Ninja Academy in Florida. RJ Roman will be putting that one on, and so we will see you guys then.